Oh, shit.
What happened?
It said we live. It didn't even play the intro.
Oh, all right. Well, here we go.
All right.
A draft. No joke. Royce White announced his plans after Enes Kanter Freedom made a similar move Friday, both challenging the league over its eligibility rules for transgender athletes. Our Natalie Chuck is live with much more on this. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Aisha. Yeah, Enes Kanter Freedom, the 6'10", roughly 250-pound former NBA center, took to social media yesterday announcing his return to the court, but this time for the Women's League. Listen.
After careful consideration and reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect. If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA.
And shortly after that, former NBA first-round pick Royce White, who played 3 games in the league, told Fox News Digital that he will also throw his name in the ring for the WNBA Draft come 2027.
Earlier this week, I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball.
All of this follows the political firestorm surrounding the WNBA after star player Sophie Cunningham said she wants to protect young girls from playing against biological men. Since then, protests have erupted outside of games. Minnesota Lynx head coach saying last week there are bigger issues in women's sports than transgender players.
I think this is what's bothersome, is that there's a faction of people in our country that are making this a massive issue. We have some issues. Number one, we need to protect trans kids.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Nora Christine.
So what's your thoughts on this whole WNBA transgender thing? What's your thoughts on it?
We need to stand by and protect trans women. Royce White says he's a lesbian, transgender, and I support him. I mean, I think we should definitely be supporting people, their body, their choice. They're living in their truth. They're living in their freedom. So yeah, I definitely support it. You know, I mean, when we were crying and we were saying as women that we felt like we were being erased because we allowed people to enter into sports that were biologically men, before we were told we were being transphobic. Now we actually have real men, or men like that say that they identify as a woman. All of a sudden it's a problem. I thought you're allowed to identify what you want to identify as. So I support them. You know, I'm so focused on supporting this that I support them, and I hope they make the draft.
Well, the issue I think with it is that I feel like they're joking around, and I don't think they're being serious. I don't think either one of them had any plans on really joining. I think they're just trying to use it as a publicity stunt. But Riley Gaines, who was someone who lost swimming, I think it was the Olympics, she actually had an issue with a transgender. So I want to play what she had to say about this. So this is what she had to say about them going into the draft.
The white privilege comment. I would actually say that this is black privilege to be.
Oh, that's actually the white privilege things. But this is Riley Gaines about the white privilege thing. I don't know that. Have you seen that, Nora? Have you seen the white privilege thing?
No, but I have a follow-up to what you said about it being a stunt.
Okay, let me play that before I get into all of that, because I also want to talk about the white privilege situation.
Or do
Uh,
you have the clips of Royce White? Because there's lots of him in the wig
yeah.
and the whole getup, and he explains why he needs to be accepted as a black queen.
Let me pull that up, but go ahead. What you was about to say?
I don't think it's I don't think it's a stunt. I genuinely believe Royce White wants a political career. I was on the fence about Royce when he first ran 3 years ago, but he's been pretty steadfast in holding conservative values. He's been pretty steadfast in fighting for his state. So I have a different view of him now. I believe he wants to fix our country. I believe he's doing this because he sees the hypocrisy, and he has a sister who is a D1 athlete, and knows that he needs to protect her and all women and prevent men from entering this arena. And if these people that identify as women can do it, why can't he, as identifying as a woman? I think he's calling out the hypocrisy of it all. If you are biologically a man, you should not be playing in a biologically woman sport. It's that simple.
I think this is what you're talking about right here.
I realized
Yes.
my fear of flying really wasn't a fear of flying. It was the transgender trapped inside of me, caged inside of me, that gave me an aversion to small spaces. And I think there are plenty of people out there who have
Oh, that makes perfect
a
sense.
transgender trapped deep down inside of them, and so they think
Oh,
they're
every one of you.
claustrophobic.
Oh, no. Every one of you do. Let's just be.
Yeah, but they think we're claustrophobic. Not really claustrophobic. It's the transgender that's trapped. I realized my fear of flying really wasn't.
I don't feel like that's helping the country because he's joking around. You're saying he's serious. Like, what? How is that going to make somebody vote for him?
He's bringing attention to the issue. I mean, the reality is we need to protect women's sports. Women have fought for generations, for hundreds of years, to have our own league, to have our own recognition. And now it's being taken over by men. If we allowed biological men to be in women's sports, we will never have a biological woman. And then I predict in the next 50 years winning anything. It'll all be biological men who transition to women in the top, let's say 20% of the league. And that's not fair. That's not right. So yeah, I do think he's fighting for our country because he's ensuring that all eyes and attention is being put on this to prevent biological men from entering. That's what I think.
I think he's making a mockery of it, and him putting on a wig is even worse. Like, why would you put on a wig? Like, if he was really gonna do it, like really do it, like, and or say that it's abhorrent. Like, pick a way. That's my hope.
Getting involved, and how did the WNBA even get to this point?
You know, right now I'm just having a blast in my feminine era. I never thought that I was a woman. You know, I've always trusted the science, and I thought I was a man my entire life. But you know, after further review, strong look at my personal preferences, it would appear that I am indeed sometimes identifying as a transgender woman, and I think it's only fair I get a chance to play with some of my queens here in the twilight of my career, my athletic prime.
Why are you getting involved, and how did the WNBA?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, is he a transgender? That's my question to you.
Clearly, he's not. But we should be calling out the hypocrisy of all of this. If you are biologically a man, you should go play in male sports. I don't care if you then cut off your balls and you add some titties to you and you throw on a wig. You are still a man.
But if you're saying it's hypocrisy, oh, this is the one you was talking about. I found it. If you're saying it's hypocrisy, then like he's been basically pushing it because he's basically saying, I'm a woman. Like, he could have came out and said, oh, we don't need people in the transgender league that are men. Like, we don't want anybody that's a man coming in here playing, taking over, because men are stronger. Men can jump higher. Men have an unfair advantage. So he's basically saying he wants to take advantage of him being an ex-NBA player and being able to come in and be able to beat on these women. And in some cases, the women actually might be better than the men. So that's the issue. With football, for sure, I definitely feel like it's a big issue, but like with women, if a woman go plays in like a male league, people look at her like she's strong, she's brave, she's this, and that. It's the people actually trying to take advantage of the situation. I feel like it's the issue.
In what case is a man is a woman ever better than a man in a sport, physical sport, not mental, not something mental, physical.
I will say that the starting five of a WNBA team could probably beat the bench of a NBA team if you're just talking skill. Now, should we be doing crazy stuff like that? No, but it's plenty
Up
of
against other women, yes, but not against women and men, a mixed team.
I'm pretty sure it's a WNBA player that probably Caitlin Clark probably can beat some people in the NBA one on one or on a team. Like some people are just good at the sport, but they trying to make fun of it. Like I want to play another clip. I think this is the one you were actually talking about. Here it is.
And around 2-3 o'clock, they messaged me and said, "We're canceling the interview. We have other news." That's the universal excuse. We have other news, and I just, for the life of me, again, they're not giving Black women a voice. Sometimes identifying as trans Black women a voice on CNN. It's just blows my mind. It's disappointing. It is. It's a huge disappointment.
Because see, he basically wants to be a clown in this situation. But I get what you're saying. Like you got to bring focus to it. But I feel like it's a certain. If you go be a politician, you have to be serious. You can't be like joking around, put on a wig, and all these things. Because like even if I probably would never voted for him, but after this publicity stunt, it's like I don't take him seriously.
Well, I mean, would you have predicted 50 years ago we would have a reality star as the president?
Of course not.
Okay, so gotta do what you gotta do. We're living in times that we have the reality star in chief as the president. We're living in times when we have uh, people wearing blue hair on the Congress floor, funky glasses. Why can he not bring awareness through exaggeration? We are living in TikTok extreme times. He has to get attention how he can.
But most people would say having a reality star as a president has ruined us. I mean, look at the economy. Look at what people are saying. Most people don't even approve of the Iran war. A lot of people think Trump is bought and paid for. I don't want to say by who. And like, it's not particularly going well as a reality star being a president. So I didn't vote for Trump either time. And I feel like even now, MAGA is upset with Trump. So I feel like we need more serious politicians.
Oh man, I miss the Zionist Gray.
I'm just using it as an example of what's going on. But since we're talking about this, we have to hear from Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith always is the person on ESPN talking about this type of stuff.
How come you didn't write in your language those born female? How come you didn't make that clear? Because if you were born a female, even if you're transitioning to being a female, because you weren't born a female, that would make you ineligible to enter the WNBA. Why didn't you do that? Otherwise, you're going to have cats 6'8" with goatees walking in your league or claiming they're going to walk in your league. You can deny them entry. You can refuse to draft them, but you're going to open yourself up to potential legal action until you clarify what the hell is going on. Player eligibility is collectively bargained, meaning this is also an issue involving the WNBA Players Association, not simply a unilateral decision for the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, which means that, yes, the league office should have done more, but the Players Association, you got to get on top of it. Women, how come you didn't write in your language those?
I don't think there's any trans in the WNBA right now. I don't think there's one transgender in the WNBA.
Not yet. That's why they opening it up, so we can start that.
I found one person that said that they would a French transgender woman is saying that she would basically
Thank
do it.
you. Thank
But
you.
I don't think. Oh, somebody said not yet.
This is the start of it, Gray. They are conditioning us to accept this. Royce knows that. Like, did you ever think that, let's say 70 years ago, we would have people openly admitting online, putting their face out there and say, I've had 4 or 5 abortions?
With
70,
social
think
media,
about how life was before. I'm talking about generations ago. It was the most worst thing in the world to admit you had an abortion. Now we have people openly, proudly saying they have 4 or 5, 6, and they're proud of it.
true. This is a French player saying that they was gonna do it.
Look at your screen. A French trans player says if the WNBA gives them a chance to play in the league, they would not turn down an offer. I'd like to now go to my co-anchor for the day who actually played women's basketball.
Love how Fox News is the only one talking about this.
Because I feel like some people taking it as like they can't be serious. This isn't really gonna happen. I feel like.
Oh my God. It is going to happen.
Deals.
I say in the next 20 years, it's going to happen.
With money, I don't see them messing up money.
What is a woman? And some of you are going to laugh because you remember kindergarten cop back in the day when the little kid said boys have penises and women have vaginas, and it was a super funny clip. Well, that was 20 some odd years ago, 30 some odd years ago. Left-wing ideology doesn't allow women to be identified in any sort of manner that makes sense to most of us. In fact, a man who identifies as a woman is to many people on the far left who are overpopulated in the WNBA just as much of a woman as a woman who is born as a woman. And so I think this is why the Enes Kanter decision was so brilliant, because under the definition of woman as accepted by many different coaches and players, as soon as you say you are a woman, you are just as much of a woman as someone else who is a woman, who has been a woman her entire life since birth. This is lunacy, but it's actually the WNBA being held accountable for its left-wing politics. And so the WNBA in this meeting, which is very simple to 95% of sane sports fans probably, is going to have to determine, is Enes Kanter a woman? If he's not a woman, then they're going to have to acknowledge that in some way they can determine who a woman is, or they're going to have to allow him to be eligible to play in the WNBA. He is basically calling them out on the absurdity of their position and taking it to its logical conclusion, as I did when I said, and I still want to do it, and WNBA has my application, I'd like an expansion franchise in Nashville. The Nashville Balls were going to be the most inclusive team in the history of the WNBA. All men who identify as women. It's going to be the greatest dynasty you've ever seen. We'll never lose a game.
Well, maybe.
Me, I think this is a distraction. I feel like right-wing people, when things are going like horribly, they just say, what is a woman? Every time I've seen a debate with a right-wing person, whenever they're losing or whenever they want to like make salacious content, the first thing they say to a person is, what is a woman? That seems to be like just like the go-to deflection. What's your thoughts on that?
We just signed an abortion bill in Maryland to allow abortions up until 9 months. So no, we are actively still in a culture war, and people voted for Donald Trump to take back this country. Now, the other half of this is the economy. Is the economy important? Absolutely. But the culture stuff to a conservative is just as important as the economy. That's why President Trump won.
Okay. I I feel like this is just a deflection from what's really going on. But Joe Rogan actually talked about this, so it's going to be a longer clip. But I'm going to play
Okay.
this clip on what Joe Rogan actually had to say about this.
Ideals. What is a woman?
There's some people that are just unredeemable. You know,
Well,
people want to kidnap your kids or rape your kids. Yeah, that's unredeemable.
But now this concept moves forward to the maps, and now they're assigning it psychological profiling for minor attracted purpose or person. And you know what the argument is? The argument is, well, you want them to come forward so you can give them treatment. Now, you know, there's one treatment that works for this that is almost 100% effective. You can pull the stat right now if you don't believe me. It's called chemical castration. It's a real treatment for pedophiles. And it almost has a 0% recidivism rate after they've been chemically castrated. So their idea is they come forward for treatment. You know, my counter idea is, why not just chemically castrate them?
Yeah.
If you really were concerned about them going off and living a normal life.
And if they really want to get free of that horrible thing, whatever fucking human demon error it's inside of them that makes them do that, that's the way. And that also is the same medication that they give to children when they're hormone blocking.
Yeah. Which is equally disturbing for a different reason.
And disturbing how many people just accept it and support it. And you ask them, like, how much do you know about this? Like, what are you saying? You think children should be able to make the decision when they're 4 or 5 years old to never go through puberty? You really think that? And there's people that will argue that with a straight face. They know. I had an argument with a guy on this podcast years ago that's like viral about it. I'm like, that is like, if the child thinks that they are trans, right? If they think they're a woman, why not just let them be a woman? Why do you have to give them hormones?
And
like,
if you're saying stop the
Mm-hmm.
argument if the child thinks,
right? Well, childs think that they're ponies.
Yeah,
I'm a pony.
Yeah.
Like, also, like, kids grow out of things. You know, like going through puberty is a fucking wild experience for a child, and the idea that you can come along and give them a bunch of positive reinforcement for saying the reason why you're upset is because you're actually a this, and we need to give you medication, or we need to stop you going through puberty. And the kid all of a sudden gets all this attention. Everyone's focused on them. They're telling them they're fabulous, and they really think. There's a ton of these detransitioners out there, and their stories are horrific, not just in the fact that they did this to them and they removed their breasts when they were 15, they gave them testosterone, they'll never be able to have children, but also that they're attacked relentlessly by other people that think that they should never, that they are against the trans movement and they should never be saying what they're saying. They shouldn't be telling
they
their
come
stories.
out in force.
Yeah, it's
come out in
crazy.
force. They bully them. Everything else that they can do.
It's crazy. They've already been. They're a victim of the zeitgeist.
Do you know what the trans code for that is? It's really funny. They do then it was always the case that you really weren't. So they try to make it an unfalsifiable claim. You see, the reason you detransitioned is because you were never really trans to begin with.
Oh boy. Well, if that's the case, if they really believe that, wouldn't they want to have a smaller net so that they're not catching the people that they?
Well, and how are you not putting parents in prison who are trying to convince their kids of what their sex is or isn't? They're like designer kids.
But it's just crazy too, because they get praised for it. It's like they have Whitney Cummings said, it's like having a trans kid is like having a pride flag on your porch. Like there's a lot of, especially in Hollywood, man. In Hollywood, it's really weirdly common, where it doesn't make sense that this didn't exist 20 years ago. You tell me these people just lived in quiet desperation 20 years ago, really secretly wishing that they were a woman, but now they get to be free, and we should applaud this. Are you sure? Or do you have children? Because if you have children, you know.
And some of you are going to laugh because you remember kindergarten cop back in the.
Where I'm at, where I agree with the right wing people is the kids. A child should not be transitioning. Like that's a huge thing. Like this should be like, I don't even think 18. You should be like 20, 25, probably 25. Like to know for sure that's something that you want to do. But I got a double-edged question for you with, right-wing politics. So we have the Epstein files, which is basically aimed towards minors, children, and you say that right wing people care about, transgender and all this stuff and the cultural politics. So, what's your thoughts on children transitioning as well as right wing people focuses on transgenders but not focusing on pedophiles?
Okay, wait. Before I answer that, Andrew Wilson is going to be debating Candace Owens on Friday. I might be doing a special stream reacting to it. We'll see, but that's who Andrew Wilson is. He's debating Candace on Friday. But this is how it starts though. I mean, usually they either start going hard at children or they start normalizing certain things, normalizing these alternative phrases, gender attractive person, minor attractive person. Instead of calling someone a PDF, they renamed it. Live in your truth. You live your truth. There's 35 genders, and it doesn't necessarily go after children first, and then the next big wham is when they aggressively go after children. So no, I agree with you. I don't think it should necessarily be 25. I think it should be 21, 22, because at that age you're done growing. Science tells us by 21 our brain is developed, which is why we have 21 as the age for drinking legally. So with that being said, I agree with you. I don't even think it should be 18. I think it should be against the law to allow children to transition or to have any type of permanent hormones or things like that. But you saying that, Gray, you would be attacked by the left. If we had someone on our panel today that's really left wing and Marxist, you're a Democrat, but you're not a leftist Marxist. If we had someone on our panel that was truly a leftist Marxist, they would say you're being offensive. Children, we should have freedom, and parents should be allowed to make that decision, not you. So
Yeah.
I mean, should parents be allowed to unalive their children? No. Should parents be allowed to rape their children? No. Why? Because morally it's wrong. Allowing your child to transition before the age of 18 or 20, I think it should be 21, but let's say 18 for argument's sake, should be morally wrong. You don't know who you are. I don't even think minors should be allowed to get tattoos. I think that's morally wrong too. I think back to the tattoos that I got at 18, 19 years old, and I regret them, but I was legally allowed to make that choice. Again, you don't know who you are. And allowing them to permanently mutate themselves and transform themselves is abuse. It's child abuse. And I understand that there's a mental illness attached to it. Well, get them in a therapist. Get them help. Well, Ghost, I appreciate you, but there are those that are part of the woke left. I wouldn't identify you as the woke left though. There are those that are part of the woke left that have lost reality, have lost what is true and what is honest to what is fake. There are two genders. It's that simple, male and female. I'm sorry. I don't know who I offended with that. If you're an adult and you want to castrate yourself, go right ahead. I support you, but leave the children alone.
For sure. Well, I do want to get to basically this race stuff going on in WNBA as well, because one player was saying that her getting in trouble for fouling the other player basically means that it was white privilege. I'm going to show the clip that will play the news article on it.
He's coming down trying to prevent the layup, but that is just a hard hit. That's definitely going to be upgraded, I think, to a flagrant too, Ryan.
I think that is going to be a flagrant too. There is wind up, there is follow through, there's potential for injury.
Without
Sophie Cunningham in a vulnerable position in the air.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question why Sophie.
Now, she did get a flagrant foul. I know you're not really into basketball like that, but do you think that was white privilege?
See, this whole thing with this whole race thing, people are so up in arms with this white versus black thing that they're making everything white versus black. It's kind of annoying. And so, no, I don't really have an opinion on that. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play what Riley Gaines had to say about it.
the white privilege comment. I would actually say that this is black privilege, to be totally honest with you, because her posting this white racist comment right after assaulting Sophie Cunningham on the court is actually black privilege, because she knows the WNBA won't do a single thing of significance about it. And imagine if the roles were reversed. If Sophie made a comment similar to this, then she'd likely never play again. It's quite sad that the WNBA is the joke that it is, because it does have real star players. It does have star talent. Some of those being Caitlin Clark, some of those being Sophie Cunningham. But rather than leaning into that, which is what the audience, the target market, really wants them to do from a business operational standpoint, they're like desperate on just folding like a lawn chair. I don't understand it.
Wow. Unbelievable.
The white privilege comment. I would actually say that this is black privilege.
Do you think Riley Gaines has a political career?
Yeah, because they keep propping her up at all the conservative events.
Yeah, they want her to be like up next.
Yeah.
And they want to basically stack on top of, you know, her having the whole transgender thing. That's what I'm saying. They constantly go with the transgender stuff. But that same guy that was talking before, this is what he had to say. And I want to, you know, you're a conservative, so I want you to talk about, because people are
No, don't say that word. I don't like that word anymore.
What, conservative?
Yes, I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ.
This is what he said about the blonde
For
wig.
saying I'm a woman, they would say I'm racist for saying I'm black. Think about how broken that is. Also, this woman, she's got a blonde wig on. Why is she culturally appropriating white girls' hairs? This is completely unacceptable. Rules, they're all
crazy.
applied across the board, which I think all reasonable people should do.
So what's
This
your
is why
thoughts
I
on
don't
that?
want you calling me that, because of idiots like that. White girls should be allowed to wear braids. Black women should be allowed to wear blonde hair and wigs. How about that? What's wrong with that? Let women be women. Protect women. Leave us alone.
Well, what was something I also saw that's going viral with Ian Omar, AOC, Kamala Harris? They're saying that they cannot speak on DEI because they all have white husbands.
Oh, that's 100% right.
Oh, you agree with that?
Yes.
The Daily Wire
all
shared.
these race grifters all have white husbands. All of them. And let me be clear, all the black hate, the race hater, the skin haters, that's what I call black people that support white. You know what? The white supremacist sympathizers, that's my favorite term. All the white supremacist sympathizers all have white wives.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You don't see the people that's doing the white supremacy stuff with a black husband or a black wife. They all stick to who their people are. So I mean, you do have a good point there. But on the other side, on the left, they all with white men. But I want to get to the commissioner. She skipped the trans stuff, but she did talk about the file. The flagrant file. So I'm gonna play that because people want her to come out and talk about the transgender stuff.
To briefly address a couple of issues, starting with the flagrant 2 and ejection of Dejana Carrington against Sophie Cunningham, and subsequent social media posting in which Dejana called it white privilege and tagged the Indiana Fever. In accordance with core values of the league, which include justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, we will be immediately launching another investigation into the Indiana Fever and the referees in question. If clotheslining and bloodying the face of another player resulting in an ejection is indeed proven to be white privilege, we will take swift and decisive action. Our focus will continue to be protecting solely non-white players from hate, abuse, and demonization. The league has also been made aware of an incident July 28th in which a Seattle Storm fan spit in the face of an Indiana Fever fan. We will also be launching a thorough investigation into that incident, and we can only assume the Fever fan said something racist. And if that is the case, they will be banned for life. We are committed to stopping the hate and keeping this league a safe space now and in the future.
Do you think she should have addressed the transgender stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Do you?
Not necessarily, because they made such a mockery of it, and like it's NBA players who aren't really in the league that's saying all this crazy stuff. So I would have probably not addressed it. I would have ignored it, honestly. Especially
Oh
because
man.
I feel like the flagrant foul stuff is more of like what's really going on.
Great. I thought you were I thought you were leaving the dark side. You're
I
not.
don't. Does the WNBA loses money every year? I feel like. Are they even making money?
I see your point. Stay away from the controversial things because they're not doing. You think that they're not as profitable as the NBA to be doing something risky like this.
Exactly. The NBA making money. NFL, baseball, all of them making money. You know. But before we close out, I want to get to a fun title. Did you watch the 20v1 with Drake?
No, what's that?
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna let you see it. You don't know what 20v1 is, huh?
No, what is it?
You about to be shocked.
Jordan. I really
to the side. Don't play with me. Don't worry, it plays to be a bestie.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious right now?
No, I really.
Chemistry we showing?
No, I know. I really feel like your character is the best character.
Oh, is this like Pop the Balloon?
I think all great relationships.
Yeah,
start with
exactly.
friendships. So if I had to,
Sorry, I'm leading these ladies on.
no, but
Yes, you is.
if I had to categorize our connection, I would say bestie.
Or marriage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know where it could go, but I would say, can you just go here so I can look at you? Because I want to look you in the eye.
We're a part of a union, so we need you to. A lot of regulations.
So for my bestie, obviously, I want to treat my bestie the best. So from me to you, I like to give you a Birkin and 25 bands for my bestie, just so that my new bestie, we just met.
Bestie.
Right.
The bestest.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's from me to you.
Friend.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, being a bestie is not that bad,
It's
right?
not that bad at all.
Okay.
So where's that?
And
Can I be his bestie?
Obviously,
He's not creepy if I'm his
paper
bestie.
one more time. Lena, I mean, you're incredible. Yeah, it's legit. Yeah, it's legit.
Legal document.
With that being said, I'd also like to give you 25 bands, but on top of that, I'm gonna send you anywhere you want to go in the world, all expenses paid. And if you want to invite me, okay, all right. Well, if you want to invite me, you can, but if it's with somebody else, I understand. So that's from me.
He's not aging well.
My pipe.
He not fine no
And
more.
for my wife,
I felt like
yeah,
his
I just
albums
feel
was
like-
kind of trash too.
yeah, I think it's more
He
than
need to
that.
go
You
sit
know,
down
it's
and
like
retire. Because
she looks like
Jay-Z still
intriguing
looks
and from
his ugly
Texas,
self.
and you have
But
fangs,
he's just looking
and
like
I just feel like
I don't even
I could
know.
like
You need to
learn
lose
new
some weight.
things, and
Stop lifting
I feel like
weights.
we're like
Which one you think he picked?
okay. Well, we're like opposites, but I
Can
feel
you
like
pause?
we're
Wait, pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're married.
Which one you think he's gonna pick?
The one in the middle.
All right, I'm gonna let you be surprised.
Yeah, I know. So sweet.
Oh, he picked the God.
And
Yep.
for my wife, the one thing I would do would be anything you want. So you just get to pick one thing, anything in the world, and I'll buy it for you.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yeah. You don't have to decide right now, but
If I
you know?
did you buy my mom a house?
Oh, well, yeah, I'd love to.
Wait, really?
Sure.
Whoa.
Oh, how do we go on this? Please.
Okay.
Buy
we'll figure
me
it
a
out.
house.
How you feel about him saying he'll buy a house, and how you feel about him picking a goth out of those? Now, Lena the Plug, she's Adam 22's wife. I don't know if you know who Adam 22 is, but she's a porn star as well. He does
The God.
no, the other one, the other white girl, the one on the side.
Oh, he wasn't gonna pick her. He already had a porn star. His baby
Yeah, I
mama was a
know.
porn star. He got to upgrade.
And she's still married too, like so. But she gave him a hall pass during the whole thing.
Lord.
This is what's going on.
We are cooked. America is cooked. The
We
trannies
cook.
aren't the problem. It's everybody else. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, that's what's going on right now. I mean, he picked the golf. Everybody's talking about relationships. Everybody's doing wild stuff. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like,
what we should have talked about today. Relationships. Jesus, this is crazy.
well, I got two more clips for you then because Lotto and Charleston White got into it. So just to give you a laugh, because you know she's pregnant.
No, she had the baby.
She had a baby?
For
Okay.
20 for a married man, 21 Savage.
Oh, so you heard about it?
100%. We talked about it.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you were gone.
No. I ain't fucking no married man. Bitch.
About 21 Savage and Lotto. Lotto don't get no backlash for getting pregnant by a married nigga.
Scrawny country bitch. Bitch. Talking about walking. What this bitch say? Talking about acting like I'm a boss. Bitch! And watch your mouth with that bitch word. Bitch! Bitch! Listen here, you little bitch boy. I'll tell you one thing, bitch. You older than my mama and my daddy. Bitch! That baby. When it comes to that baby, don't say nothing. I don't even want to hear the word baby in my name in a sentence. Bitch, little boy. Don't let y'all be loud and wrong for too long. I ain't fucking no married man. Bitch. Bitch. You loud and wrong, bitch boy. Old ass, broke ass nigga. I am a boss. I am a boss. I could buy you, your wife, your girlfriend, your kids. Bitch. Not a nigga. Me, the boss.
So you said we talked about it. I didn't even remember. So what's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts is Lotto needs to close her legs to married men. And that's my thoughts.
So she is married.
Oh, and
He is married.
I talked about there being an agenda on women having babies, not taking time off to be with their babies. First we saw it with Cardi B, and now we saw it with Lotto. Lotto done had that baby, and like within, I want to say, a week or two, she was out working again. I do not think this is okay. I think women are entitled to have at minimum 8 weeks off to be with their babies. At minimum, and even 8 weeks to me is not enough. I think it should be 3 to 6 months. And again, I wish Lotto would just go away. Like, at least Cardi B is kind of talented.
Lotto can rap. I think she got a ghostwriter. I don't think she even says any of that stuff. I think that somebody else is writing all of that for her. That's what I think her problem is. But I don't think she can't rap. You heard her stuff before?
Yeah, you said she's nice.
Yeah, but I'm gonna play what Charleston White said, then we can do the final thoughts.
Talk about 21 Savage and Lotto. Lotto don't get no backlash for getting pregnant by a married nigga. I don't say nothing to Lotto.
Don't give Lotto no problem. Lotto over her acting like she's a boss bitch, playing doghouse with 21 Savage and his wife. Come on now. This bitch playing surrogate mother, like she really started out being a surrogate mother. She was the side bitch that got pregnant.
Shit, my other side bitch done been pregnant. Shit, I done shot that cuz, yeah, so nah, man, I ain't got no side bitches. All my bitches. So, Papoose, you got one woman, and you publicly claim her. Remy Ma got another nigga. Why don't Remy Ma, long head ass, catch no flack for fucking with that nigga? If Clarissa Shields was a light-skinned girl, mixed breed, nobody would have a problem with her. But because she's a darker skinned complected black woman, who's in physical shape, you can't beat her up. She got a mouth on her. She speaks out against somebody who speaks up against her. And they're trying to vilify her. Why are they trying to vilify her? Because Papoose and Remy Ma had a public separation. Remy Ma got caught cheating with another nigga. She left Papoose for another nigga. Papoose stayed single for a while. Took him a year or so, and he got with Clarissa. What the fuck is wrong? Because they ain't got married. Or he ain't got a divorce. Bitch, I got a wife and a girlfriend.
Do you feel like the colorism stuff is true? That's because she light skinned, she get away with it?
Yeah, I do. Because I feel like if this was a dark-skinned woman, they would be dragging her.
True. I agree.
I just think that Lotto, nobody takes Lotto seriously. She's a dingbat. She's not a strong woman. She's not a queen. If it was, you know what? I don't even think it's a colorism thing. She's just a dingbat. If this was Nikki, she would get dragged. And Nikki's light as her. So no, I don't think it's a colorism thing. I think it's a dingbat.
If you watch it right now, hit that subscribe button and press that notification bell. Nora, what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is we are cooked. I support Royce White. Royce White for president 2028. We need men that are going to stand firm in their convictions. Go support a black queen. He's a black queen. He says he's a black woman now. So support him. I support him. Guys, if you're living in Florida, early voting has begun. I highly recommend you allow your voice to be heard. Please go hit the polls. Go make sure you vote. Our election day is officially Tuesday. I will be voting today. Even though I don't believe in necessarily voting anymore. I think it's all rigged, but I'll play the game. I'll play the system. I'm going to go play it until they take it away, right? But yeah, we'll be back tonight. I think we're doing some true crime show tonight. The topic is about that Clancy. What's her name? Hold on. Lindsay Clancy murder trial. Mia will be hosting for the first time. So come back tonight at 8 p.m.
My final thoughts. So we do this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. We might take some nights off, but we'll let you guys know. We've been having some issues with StreamYard, so we're happy to be back. Had some technical stuff going on. As far as this whole WNBA, NBA thing with the trans stuff, I want to see politics get back to being serious. Now, we did get into the new party because there was a bunch of BS going on, and it was fun. It was laughable, with Trump. Trump is very comedic, so it did bring more entertainment to the political world. But I feel like we need to get more serious now, and we need real serious politicians. So keep watching. We'll keep bringing you guys great content. We'll see you tonight.
Sisters,
we shall not yield to tyranny.
Our cause just, we will prevail. The fight
Hello,
for our
history
rights.
Buffs. Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Bobby, at this
Hello,
point,
history.
shame on you. Shame on you. Because we are being played as the American people. Our money is funding a war that we don't need to be in. We shouldn't be okay with it. So as long as I have breath in my body and a mic to use, I will be speaking out against this.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
The economy, we have a global economy. That's why we're a number one economy in the world. I know that a lot of people want to paint the horrible view of America, but, go live somewhere else and then tell me America's bad.
patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty. This
It
is what
so
American
freaking crazy to me that we have an conflict with Iran before a single person from the Epstein files has been arrested on American soil.
The hour of liberty is at hand. For freedom is bravo. Brothers
Hey, I
and
was
sisters.
working, man, you know, but it's good to see Rippy out there handling business, man. And again, hey, that's a lot of black Trump supporters, man. I mean, it feels good to see them, man. So I'm.
My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
A real quote. People are getting sick of it. The moment a celebrity steps slightly outside the leftist approved narrative, they get attacked. Chili from TLC gets heat over allegedly donating to Donald Trump.
For liberty. The British advance. We must act.
Our supplies are low, but morale is high.
Then we fight for liberty.
Paying to work captures the spirit of we fight for independence.
The
Welcome to
people
my
that said they were anti-war. I think they said no new wars. Yeah, they voted for a president that was not going to start any new wars. And what's funny to me is that not only were you lied to, not only did this man start this and get out of the
freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Just in order to get the Greater Israel Project accomplished, you have to kill people. That's why it's wrong. Killing people is wrong. Full stop. So you can try to make sense of it with, well, it's a threat and this and that. There's no greater threat than the United States empire.
Vocabulary up because I'm throwing out words like hubris, acquiesce, verbose. What are you going to do about the dichotomy of the nuance?
To the encampment for liberty.
And what I've learned, and I'm not a liberal or a Democrat. I voted for Trump the first time, but he's become a politician. He lies like all the other politicians. He deceives like all the other politicians.
And ramming! Soldiers, the enemy is near.
Not only do I love my FBA fam, my Black American fam, my Black people on code, you know, my people that's allies with us as part of the fam. I love y'all. I love my country too. You feel me?
The cause to victory.
To victory. These pastries are wonderful.
Indeed, but we must stay vigilant.